If I'm not overthinking, if I'm not dreaming, you're not listening. You are asleep, and I keep talking off the monologue, and I keep talking off the monologue, and I keep talking off the monologue, and I keep talking off the
Welcome to Off the Monologue. I'm your host, the Welsh Kid from the Block. Though, if you're family or friends, you'll know me as Erin. Hi, hello, long time no see. Sorry for the inactivity on the podcast. Life has been hectic and I haven't had chance to film or record. Same thing. But we're back. Hopefully we'll thing. So this next week I'm filming, getting things out, but I'll be spam filming all this week. It's currently Monday, the 1st of June, so I will spam all this week recording. Make sure this one's edited for Sunday, and then next Sunday and the Sunday after, so hopefully there'll be 5 planned. Anyway, enough about my apology on not recording. Today's topic is what I think everyone's going to enjoy, because it's all about music, more specifically, music that defines culture. Let's be honest, we all love music, whether that's Taylor Swift, Bob Marley, or something completely different. There really is music for everyone, even the people that say they hate music. But music is so much more than just entertainment. Researching the sociology of music shows that music plays a major role in shaping identity, memory, and social belonging. Experts describe music as a way people express who they are and where they come from. Across the world, every culture has its own sounds, styles, and traditions. In many cases, music is deeply connected to a culture's history. For example, samba is strongly linked to Brazil and reflects their country's African heritage and carnival traditions. Fado from Portugal is known for its emotional storytelling and themes for longing and fate. Rare, sorry if I said that wrong, the words right be here, which is associated with North Africa, especially Algeria and Morocco, often reflects social issues in everyday life. These genres are not just styles of music. They are symbols of culture and identity. So, this brings us to the big question. Not big country, sorry. Big question. How does music really define culture? Firstly, music reflects history. Many traditional songs tell stories about past events, struggles, celebrations, and major moments in a country's development. Researchers have found that music acts as a form of cultural memory, helping societies preserve the past and pass it on to future generations. Secondly, music helps shape social identity. I know, shocking. The kind of music people listen to can often reflect who they are, but it can also reflect their age, background, beliefs, or community. Studies show that music helps people feel connected to groups and strengthen the sense of belonging. Music also has the power to create emotional bonds. Think about national anthems, protest songs, or songs played at important family events like weddings and funerals. These songs connect people through shared emotions and experiences. Another important fact is that music can drive social and political change. Throughout history, music has been used in protest movements, civil rights campaigns, and political. I don't know why I couldn't say political then, I'm very sorry, but political resistance. Songs often give people a voice and can spread a message much faster than speeches or written words. So, when we ask whether music defines culture, the answer is yes. Absolutely. Music tells the story of who people are, like me and you, where they come from, what they believe, and how they connect with each other. It is more than sound. It is culture, history, identity, and emotion, all in one. Can you actually believe that? Well, please do, because it's true. For an example of this, I'm not reading our exactly thing, it's too big of a paragraph. And I want to look at you guys now a bit more, because all them facts where I was looking on my laptop, I wanted to get right. But an example, right, is me. Hi, hello. I'm Welsh. That's why the username, the Welsh kid from the block. But as many of you know, right, I'm proud of where I'm from. I'm proud to be Welsh. And when people say to me, so you're from the UK, I go, yeah, but I'm Welsh. I'm not Brit. Sure, I'm British. I am. But I'm Welsh through and through. And I'm proud to be Welsh. Always will. But long in Welsh history, we had the Romans that tried to take over Wales. Which is true, they did. They tried to strip us from our language, say, look, if you don't, you have to speak English. And that's why so many of us in Wales, mainly the south, where I'm from, we speak English more than Welsh. But we are learning it as a second language. But they try and strip our rights from us, made us speak English. So, the reason I'm bringing this up in how music defines culture is because, like, many songs have meanings in English. Am or Heed is one of them. As you know, in the football, that's the national anthem, even though the Welsh national anthem is Hymn for Glad and Ade, which is Land of the Fathers. But in the football, they tend to sing with Wales is Hymn for Glad and Ade. Nope, sorry. Am or Heed. Am or Heed in English means we're still here. No matter what we went through, we're still here today, and we are proud to be who we are. And that's a part of Welsh history, Welsh culture, and it forever will. And I learnt this through comp, and we all taught this, and we learnt it in Welsh, surprisingly. But this is not the only thing. If we scroll down, going back to the main point I had, right? But also, I just realised on my notes, sorry. It says, that song puts a smile on my face, and it shows, the song means like we're still here, we're thriving, we're flourishing in life, which we are, and we're still here. Happy days, whoop-de-doo. I bet many other countries have songs just like that song for us Welsh. If we get back on track now to the main point I made, where music can be used in protests and can be political. Let's take Michael Jackson for example. As we all know, April 24th, he had a movie about him that has come out, However, his music always has a message and meaning behind them, as many of us know. And when you think of Michael, you may think of Beat It or Thriller, which are both amazing songs, by the way. Absolutely lush songs, I love them, but not the point. But some of his songs are actually political, you may not know. Or you probably will know due to everyone talking about him at the moment with the new Michael movie coming out. But some of these include They Don't Care About Us, Man in the Mirror, Black and White, Earth Song, Kill the World, and We've Had Enough. I got here, We've Had Enough, but I think it's supposed to be We've Had Enough. These songs, though, we can even use today with the political world and climate we're currently in. We can still use them. Each one has a different meaning, so let's go through a couple. They Don't Care About Us, which protests systemic injustice and racism. Earth Song, tackling environmental destruction. And then we have Black or White, which, as we all know, is promoting racial equality. As you can see, though, Michael being a prime example, songs can carry a deeper message and meaning than we realise. Also, according to the Rolling Stones magazine, here are some of the best political songs of all time. Ooh. So we have Police on My Back by the Eagles, I Can't Breathe by Her, Sing If You're Glad to Be Gay by the Tom Robinson Band, You Haven't Done Nothing by Stevie Wonder, 41 Shots and American Skin by Bruce Springsteen, American Idiot by Green Day, and Alright by Kendrick Lamar. They are just to name a few, but you're probably thinking, Erin, why are you talking about politics this episode? This episode isn't even about politics. Well, you're true. You're right? But politics is a part of everyone's history and culture, whether we like it or not. That's mad, right? And anyway, that's exactly the point. Politics isn't separate from culture. It's woven into it. Oh, that's a good word for me. Whoa, woven. Wow. Music often becomes the space where people can safely express opinions, frustrations, and hope for change. Whether it's a protest anthem or a song about personal struggle, artists turn real-life issues into something people can connect with emotionally, and that's why these songs last, because the message behind them are still relevant, even years later. Another thing worth thinking about is how music evolves as culture changes. What people listened to 50 years ago is very different from what's popular now. And that shift reflects changes in society. New genres emerge, old ones blend together, and artists experiment with different sounds. This constant evolution shows how culture isn't fixed. It grows, adapts, and reinvents itself. And music grows right alongside it. At the same time, music can bring cultures together. With streaming and social media, me and you now through the podcast, it's easier than ever to discover music from different parts of the world. Someone in Wales can listen to Afrobeat, K-pop, or Latin music within seconds. This creates a kind of global culture when influences mix and people gain a deeper understanding of each other through sound, even if they don't speak the same language. But even with all this global connection, local music still matters. Songs in native languages traditional instruments and regional styles keep cultural identity strong. They remind people of their roots and help preserve traditions that might otherwise fade over time. That balance between global influence and local identity is what makes music so powerful. It connects us while allowing us to stay unique. So when you really think about it, music doesn't just define culture. It carries it forward. It tells stories, sparks conversations, and keeps history alive in a way that feels personal and real. And whether it's a Welsh anthem, a global hit, or a song just means something to you, it all plays a part in shaping how we see the world and ourselves. That's wrong. And that's how music defines culture. As you can see, it doesn't just define who we are as people. Music is more than just music, if that makes any sense. Music is not just pop, it's not just country, it's not just rock, it's not just rock and roll, it's not rock pop, it's not just metal, it's not just the genres we hear every day, it's not just Taylor Swift, it's not just Kendrick Lamar, I forgot how to spell it, it's not just Luke Combs. Going back to the 70s, it's not just Fleetwood Mac, it's not just the Beatles, it's not just Queen. Basically, what I'm getting at, it's not just these big, well-known names in the industry. Music is just so much more than streaming, downloading these big names. Music is more. Think back way years and years before we had big names like Taylor Swift. I know I've mentioned Taylor loads, I'm not a big fan, but at the minute she's one of our biggest music icons at the minute. But her song, is there a culture? You could say so, because she's built a community. But if you think of country, folk is, Welsh have tons of folk because of folk dancing. So that's part of the Welsh culture. Obviously then you'll have African, which will be Africa. Music is so much more. It's more than who you are. It's more than who I am. It's bigger than everyone as a whole. It's absolutely massive. Music is a voice for people who cannot speak. Definitely with the way the world is changing at the minute, with everything that's going on. Music is the voice for many people who don't have a voice. Sorry this is such a short episode, but more sort of topics like this, where I'm doing more research than me yabbering on like my rugby episodes and my Formula 1 episodes. I'm kind of going to be like this, but I want to educate people. But this has been Off the Monologue. Thank you for having a conversation with me. It's nice to be back. I am going to film another one after this, I might, I'm not sure. But hopefully we'll start having tons of episodes. But this has been Off the Monologue, like I said. I'll catch you in the next.
If I'm not overthinking, if I'm